Hello folks, this is not a history tour today, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into the forest here, and I'm in the Scottish borders. This is a place that I like to come, and it's a place that I thought you might like to share with me. I come here often, I camp out at night, I have a roaring log blaze going, and I just spend the night under the stars. I've been coming here for many years, a long time, and it's a special wood, and it's not only special for me, it's special to a man that once lived here himself. This used to be quite a nice wee camping spot here. What we've got here is this old, you can barely see it now in the undergrowth because it collapsed, the wood was rotten, but this is an old totem pole, and you can just get my dog in there, you can just see the remnants, some of the faces, some of the markings in here. But it's really weathered over with the time, and there's not much left of it now, but this used to stand. There you go, there's some sort of a face in there. This used to stand, and I used to have a fire right below this thing. He likes it here. And that stood right here, and I would just camp in here on this bit of an evening. This is actually a perfect day to set up camp and an evening. But we've got a bit in here. This is mostly where I camp. Normally I would come down here early to mid-afternoon, and I would start to gather wood and get my fire ready for the evening. It's easy to underestimate how much wood you need, so more is best. But look at this, look at this. I have had many a campfire here, and as you can see, it's a good size fire. It's a great size. It's a community wood, but it's not used that often. Lots of lovely logs here, nice places to sit. We would bring some music down, we would bring the guitars down, the mouth organ, we'd sing songs, and just have a great night here in front of the fire. Absolutely brilliant. We had an old building here, but some youngsters had come down and torched it, and they built this instead. But it's not as good. It's not as good. I've never really spent the night in here. Not at this part any. I mean, why would you? It's too dull. It's too much in the shade. I think my dog's smelling some food from whoever's left it over. Some other bits down there where you can have a fire as well. But you're really undisturbed here. And it's a great night once you get the fire going. It's underway. And yeah, it's a great place to chill. A great place to spend the day, spend the evening, and cooking breakfast the next day also. That's great. I think they've had a recent fire here actually, whoever's been in. He's smelling food anyway, that's for sure. But yeah, great little bit of community woodland here. Quite right. think there's something magical for the soul. There's something therapeutic about spending a night in the wild, spending a night under the stars, away from the four walls, television, creature comforts, all of these things. Just getting back to who we are. But it's also great for getting your imagination going. I've come down here many times and just camped on my own, with my dog and without my dog. And that's great for anything. It's great for reflection, contemplation, sorting your head out, as we all must do from time to time. We're only human. And I think camping wild, where you can have a fire, is one of the best therapeutic remedies known to humankind. Some great farming views here, just over the open country. And this just borders the wood. But let me take you to meet someone quite special. Go on, Digas, go on. Much of this part of the wood, and I can only think it's for money, has been felled. And it was really thick wooded here. I'm just hoping it's only this part of the wood that they keep to here in doing this, but here we go. What we have here, way out into this wood, is a grave. And it's not a grave of a really historic character or a man who had notoriety in any way, but of a man who lived in the wood, loved the wood, and they created a memorial to him. His name, Tim Steed. The writing on his stone here is becoming quite faded. But here is his sculptor. Here's a wood carving of him. A tribute to the man who loved the place. Isn't that remarkable? Has his necklace. His necklace is there. And it's becoming just a little bit worn there, the statue. But it's really, really nice. And there's something beautiful about it. Completely nature. We have the bird here. But look at this. And as far as a sculpture goes, as a reflection of the man, he actually looks happy. He looks really, really happy in his resting place here. Really quite remarkable. And I'll tell you, if I had a Labrador tromping over the top of my grave, deep in the forest, like this, it's my boy. It's my boy. I wouldn't die a happy man, but I would be a dead happy man if I knew that's how things were going to end up. But what a great place. So he's got all this open country, and the woodland, actually, since they felled the trees, some trees have been replanted round about him, and that's taken root again. But I don't know too much about the guy that I can remember, but I think he sort of started this wood, started to rewild it a bit, lived in it, and died and was buried here. I do remember wood carvings of an axe and some tools that he used, but unless they're overgrown as well. Here's something in here. Wooden mushrooms. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So the wood and the mushrooms is rotting away there. But here's something. I brought my son out here. And so there we have an axe. And in case you can't see it, it says For Magnus, which just happens to be my son's name. And when I brought him down here for the first time, I think he thought I'd carved it and put it there for him. But isn't that nice? But just a great wee memorial for a man who once lived, poured his heart and his soul into this place so that we can enjoy it. And these mushrooms are rotting away now. And there he lies in the very woodland that he created. We go back to the earth we came from. But I'll tell you, when I see this, even if I'd known the man, even if the man had been a friend or a relative, coming here would not give me feelings of sadness. I would be happy for that person in their rest. What more can you ask for in your rest? I know the dead are aware of nothing. Well, that's what I believe. But to be buried in your own natural, beautiful garden, that surely is an end where you're satisfied with days. And if there is any happiness in eternal rest, this would be it. I think the grave says 2000. 1952 to 2000. So whether the year 2000, which is only 25 years ago, is the time of his death, I don't know. I would have to look that up. Coming? Come on in. I think what I'll do, because it's only nearing the end of July now, is I'll come down here one summer or autumn evening and I'll bring the camera and I'll do a film. I've had it in my mind for the channel to do something like Fireside Tales, where I can get a good roaring blaze going on the fire and tell you some medieval tales relating to Bruce, Douglas, whomever. And in winter time, of course, I'll use an indoor fire somewhere. But why wouldn't I out here? Just come out here, have a fire. It gives me excuse to get outdoors more and do it again. So I think I'll do that. Fireside Tales, where I can just relate some historic tales. I'll tell you one tale that happened here, and this was 18, 20 years ago, when I was younger, much younger, and I was here on my own. I can't remember having a dog with me this time, but it's quite an eerie tale. It's quite a spooky tale, and nothing supernatural about it at all. But I was on my own. I'd set up camp. We didn't have these wooden benches here then, and I had my tent over there. I hadn't had a drink yet. Usually I bring a couple of beers and a little bit of whiskey with me. And I've got the fire going. I'm just getting in the mood. The darkness has started to fall. I think it was around mid-autumn. And this guy comes walking down through the wood into the camp. Now, the nearest house is not that far away, but I knew he wasn't from the nearest house. So the nearest place to here, both ways, is quite a bit. You're talking a good 7 miles. And this guy walks into the camp out of nowhere. I speak to him, and he says nothing. He sits on a log down by the fire. I offer him a beer, and he takes it without saying thanks, and he opens it, and he just sits with his head down like that at the fire. I tried to make conversation in a few attempts, in a few different ways, and I'm getting absolutely nothing from him. Nothing. So I just got that uneasy chill. So I was on my guard, and I thought, right, thinking that we've got a psycho on the loose, you know. And he had his beer, or he drank about 3/4 of his beer, and he just got up and he left. There's a pathway through the wood there that takes you further down onto the Langshaw Road. And I felt uneasy the whole night after that. I didn't have anything to drink. I just wanted to keep my guard about me. It spoiled my whole night. As spooky as it sounds, I just felt pretty uneasy. Why wouldn't you? It was just one of those weird, I don't know, the guy looked sober. The guy didn't look intoxicated or drugged or anything in any way. There's no mental hospitals around here for someone to escape from, but he turned up. He must have stayed 15 minutes, drank some of his beer, zero conversation, nothing at all, and he got up and he left. And I thought, you know, you don't walk into a man's camp, accept a bit of hospitality, say nothing, stay there, get up and go. To me, that's just plain weird, but it also, I don't know, it just leaves you with a cold feeling, an uneasy feeling, and a feeling where you want to remain vigilant for the rest of the night, certainly until the morning. So that's my scary story from here. I think that was 16, 18 years ago, something like that. But that's the only strange experience that I've had in this woods. The rest of the strange experiences I've created myself. But I love to come here. It's a great place. I think a night under the stars is a perfect remedy for whatever anyone's going through, to try and chill out nature's way. And it's also good if you want to clear your head or get your head stuck into some kind of project, which I do often, and it's just quality time away. It's a great time to decompress. But yeah, there's also a great time for the dog, as you can see. This is my boy, Degas. You've seen him. Here, come here. Let's introduce you. Here. Oh, he's a good boy. Here, come here. Come. He's a good boy. You've seen him in a few videos, and he is absolutely my best pal. He really is, and he goes a lot of places adventure with me. He's quite a rogue. He's quite a character, and I absolutely love him, and he's my rock in many ways. He's just a great dog. He's full of adventure. He's full of fun. So he's the perfect partner for me. And he's a good boy. He's a good boy. And some of you may know, some of you may not know. As a living, Right, come on, come on. As a living, I make my living as a dog trainer. That's who I am, and that's what I do. I've been a professional dog trainer for 20 odd years now, and so having my dog, it's a natural progression, just getting into the great outdoors and enjoying life together. And because I'm interested in history and the natural world, I can give him the perfect life, and I can enjoy the perfect life with him. So I hope you've enjoyed this little trip, and if anyone of you ever need a pick-me-up, try camping, try getting outdoors, try breathing in some fresh air, and just let the trees, the peace of the river, and nature take its course. Thanks, folks. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, show it. And here's another bit, just tucked away in the woods here. If you wanted a more private camping place, or someone was occupying the other site, this here. Everything you need. Everything you need. Nicely tucked away in the forest. Very discreet. Great place for a fire. One of life's simple but greatest pleasures. For me, anyway.